All right, fellow Frederictonians, welcome to another episode of the Integrity Minute. My name is Louis Vandervoort. This show is sponsored by Integrity Junk Removal and Demolition, and I'm joined today by Aaron Cushing. Aaron and I have known each other for a couple of years now. On a business level, we go back a little bit more than that on a personal level. But Aaron, just tell people who you are and what you're about here in the local area.
Yeah, sure. Thanks for having me. First of all, Louis, I appreciate the opportunity to chat. Always good meeting with you. My name's Aaron, and I have a business called Square Thunder. I'm the creative director there. We do graphic design and work primarily with the spirits industry. So working with craft breweries and small distilleries. We're doing a design for branding strategy that goes along with that. So either it's logo design or packaging design and the advertising, all the materials to go to help support that kind of world and helping brewers and distillers get their product on the top shelf looking like they belong and standing out all at the same time. It's a fun paradox to kind of work within.
Yeah, it's a crowded market, but you've put out some cool things. Like crowded when you're looking at the shelf, I guess, and
Oh, sure, yeah.
Is nice. And if people haven't checked out your series you did over the past year, Fast Logo Friday, Aaron entertains people with just basically taking a random word and making it into a brand. So it's cool to watch the process there, Aaron, for sure.
Yeah, it was a fun little project doing those Fast Logo Friday videos. I've kind of wrapped it up now, but there's more YouTube content coming soon. So stay tuned for that for sure.
I love it. We will. So what obviously working with businesses, I know you go back in the entrepreneurial journey a fair bit, but what's your favorite part about working with other businesses as you go through your process?
I think the most inspiring thing is just seeing the resilience and the innovation that is going on in a small business community. There's so many amazing companies in such a variety of silos, but they have all done really cool things, and they're just really working hard and staying at it. And just whether that's in my industry or with my clients' industry, so many in that world. I hate the word pivot, but it's the canon of the day. So many businesses in that world, in the spirits industry, pivoted over the past year and a half or so to move from making distilling alcohol, and they moved into making hand sanitizer. And that was a really interesting change to watch happen over the past year or so. And so just that resiliency and the innovation to make that happen, is one example. But, those types of activities where businesses shift their mindset just a little bit and are able to keep afloat in some cases, but move forward and move the ball down the field has been really exciting to watch in all different types of sectors with all different types of businesses.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's cool. This is how we support ourselves and our families. And so when the back's up against the wall, you got to make it happen, right?
You got to do something, right? Yeah.
What do you think is one of the best kept secrets in the Fredericton area?
As you know, Louis, I've been getting back into cycling lately and doing a lot more of that recently over the past few months. And I noticed, there's a great spot on the UNB woodlot up on the top of the hill that's fantastic, and that gets a lot of traffic. But what you may not realize is if you cross the New Maryland Highway and going behind the RCMP building and behind Kent Building Supplies there's a number of trails in through there that are a really easy ride. They're fairly flat, a couple of wet spots in places depending on when you go, but there's very little traffic. I've been riding in there a number of times and have hardly seen any other people. So it's quiet right now. I hesitate to even tell you about it because it's a nice quiet place that's easy to ride, but it's a good spot. And you want to go for a nice little ride in the woods, that's the place to do it.
I love it. That's I just picked up a nugget there, so you might see me riding out there. But
I think we'll have to get together sometime for a ride.
Yeah, for sure. I think the only time I've been back there is we just went for a short jaunt when we were doing some geocaching, and it took
Yeah.
us in there a little bit. So that's
If
awesome.
you're into cross country skiing, you'll see more traffic in that time of year, but on bikes, there's hardly anybody up through there.
I love it. I'll check it out. So being business owners and we were just chatting about that. What advice would you share with other companies or business owners in the Fredericton area when it comes to networking and referrals?
As far as networking and referrals are concerned, I've found over the past few years, um, there's a really direct correlation between what you get out of a networking opportunity versus what you put into a networking opportunity. You can buy your membership in the Chamber of Commerce, which I recommend. But if you never show up to any of the meetings or the virtual or in reality, if you never go, if you never meet people and shake hands, that's $300 or whatever it is that isn't wasted, but it's a wasted opportunity, a lost opportunity for you. So if are, it's out of your comfort zone probably for most of us to show up to those things and to meet people and chat and chit chat and small talk and have a drink or a snack or whatever. But go to those things and do the events. You really do get something out of it if you show up and put in the effort. And that's the effort you put in really comes back. So
That's awesome.
do it. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's definitely a really cool resource that we have here in the city. But you got to take advantage of it, right? Just like with anything.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say don't buy the membership, but if you're going to buy the membership, you might as well go to the events. That's for sure.
For sure. What who else would you recommend jumping on this podcast and just getting a chance to spotlight what they're doing? We're always looking for new guests.
Man, I've met so many great business owners in all sorts of sectors over the years, in different areas of my life. But a few folks that I think would be great to talk to. One would be Norm Couturier. He's the CEO of 3D Planeta in the IT space, doing some really cool stuff. Cameron Ritchie is just a fantastic young fella that has started a business a few years ago now with homework. Lloyd Chambers is the owner of Black Galley Distilling out on Hanwell Road. He's a really cool guy that's got a neat story and has got some great products out there now as well. And Joe Allen, he's one of the guys out at Devil's Keep Distillery, also out the Hanwell area. But those guys are putting out some really neat products and winning some amazing awards internationally as well recently. So there's just four fellas. I know there's dozens of others in the city that are doing amazing things in all sorts of different sectors. But these four guys, I'm sure any one of them would love to chat with you and tell you their story too.
I love it. That's great. I know a couple of the names on there, so I'll definitely reach out and connect with the other guys as well. Appreciate it. So to wrap up here, talk about your first sale or an interesting sale that you had in business, whether it's the one you're in now or any business.
Yeah. Well, Square Thunder's been in business for a little over 8 years now, so it's hard to think back and identify what was my first sale. One of my early sales was actually for a former employer. They contracted me to go out and do some photography for them. That was a long time ago, but a more recent project that was been really exciting is working with a distillery in Elmira, Ontario.
Oh, cool.
And they put out a product called a partnership with Warheads candy, that super sour, turn your face inside out sort of candy. So they've got a Warheads moonshine product that they're offering now. There's 5 different flavors in there, and we worked with them to design the branding for that, where we had to merge their existing brand with the brand of the candy company and comply with kind of everybody's requirements, make everybody happy, and then do the labeling for 5 different products that all had to look like it belonged together. And so that was a fun little project that we worked on earlier this year too. So that's kind of where we're at.
So it's
Yeah.
cool. And it's been so cool to watch, like I said, the journey of you, pivoting, that word pops up again, into
Yeah.
this space, and the work that you put in, consistently, giving out content to people, and everything. So that's awesome, Aaron. Well, I appreciate you coming on. It's
My pleasure.
always a pleasure to chat with you. And this is the Integrity Minute, sponsored by Integrity Junk Removal and Demolition. And we'll chat soon, Aaron.
All right, Lewis. Thanks, buddy.